Paris. All right, cool. So, but the pressure was kind of getting too much at home. So you decided to kind of.
The pressure, the
Well,
pressure.
it was-
Like we was building, man. We was building.
building,
My
but
catalog was strong, like very strong
Yeah.
musically, and so was theirs. But it was like, obviously, I would rather do the bigger bro thing and step out than hope what they do is you know what I mean. So I decided,
elevates
all
as
right,
well.
I will jump up.
Jump
you
out.
get
Okay.
me? And I think a lady called Melody had Instant Melodies in Brixton. She had a spot where there was studios in there. And I think she said to me, "Oh, there's a space. You get me? Like, if you want to come true, she's like, you can come true and do your thing. You get me?
Wow,
like,
okay.
you know, you're dedicated. I see that. Like, a lot of people respect you and that."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yeah," and I was there. And then, obviously, I thought about it for a bit. We consulted about it. Do you know what I mean? And she was like, "Yeah, you must have. You know, surely, you know, your name's."
It's ringing off.
Yeah,
It's
your
ringing
name's
off.
enough.
Everyone
You might
knows
come
you.
through, you get me?
Yeah.
So obviously, I decided to take the move there. Do you know what I mean? Which obviously freed up more space for my brothers and that to do their thing and as well at the same time. So yeah, I made that first transition to there. Do you know what I mean?
Okay,
Which was,
nice.
It was called Abilene Brixton.
Yeah, and then you built that studio.
Yeah, that was studio.
That was building up. Like, what sort of artists were going there at that point? Were they? who's
The
you
locals, you know what I mean? Like, one thing about music here is anytime you're wherever you are, you're gonna have whoever's local to it. So with me, it was a case of what can I say? I remember being I was trying to chat with Sneakbo for a long time, but we seen each other around, but not for the music. We just seen
like
each
see each
other,
other on
yeah.
that type of thing.
And then one time, I think he was on the music thing,
Yeah.
and then I was somewhere and somebody played me one song, and they were singing it word for word. And then when I looked at the video, it was him. I was like,
Oh,
you know,
shit.
like I thought, this
Yeah.
is serious, like. And then I hit him up again because I was like, I knew you do the music, and then these
Yeah.
times I just was in the space in
Wow,
Brixton, and I don't know how, but so like by some conversation we ended up him coming through. Do you get me? Him coming, but he came with a lot of dons. Yeah, he came.
Right,
and he was
right,
like,
right.
yeah. But it was the weirdest. It was one of the weirdest meetings because
Yeah.
there was no studio in there yet. It was just a
Oh,
space.
wow.
It was
So-
just like the space of the studio.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So you literally had to show him that vision.
Yes, I had to talk
the
the
point
vision
where-
to him, like, yo,
Yeah.
we're gonna do this. I'm looking to do that. We saying duh.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And he just stood there, like, you know, and he just was like, I think one part of it is thinking, where's the booth? Like,
Yeah.
where's the
Or is
booth?
this just an empty room?
Yeah, we're just
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
room. You get me? But then the other side, he knew that.
Kind of
Right.
understood.
All right.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? And then we discussed it. We agreed it. But then some time passed. Do you get me?
Okay.
So I think he said that. That's what he said. He said the Chipmunk, him and
Oh, yeah,
Chipmunk
yeah.
time it was around that time. And he said his manager was trying to get him a deal with Chipmunk
Right,
or something
okay.
like that. There was things going on.
Yeah,
He was hot property at the
Yeah,
time.
definitely.
So obviously it was. I had to understand, like, right,
Yeah, he's
okay,
busy.
He's busy, innit?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you can't take it personal. You have to just, but he was willing, so that was motivation for me
Okay,
anyway,
that's
because he
good,
was
yeah.
willing regardless. You get me? And I think we something happened, and one of my friends saw him on the train or somewhere, and told him, yo, rare, yo, my man, still, you know what I mean? I think he
still ready
gave
to-
him a
ready to
word
work,
and that,
yeah.
and we ready to work, and then I think I must have spoke to him. He was on the phone or something. He called me or something, and I said to him again, and he said, I'll come here, but I'm gonna come in the morning. I was thinking, what are you talking about? You come in the morning? He said, yeah, I'll come 10.
So you,
Yeah, man, like, what? Why
you're
come
not
in?
always a morning person or something.
No, I'm not a morning person, but you come to the studio, come chat.
Oh, you'd
10
think it's
o'clock.
like
You know what
a
I mean?
night
But
time.
then he said that classic line that stuck with me. He said, because that's when my pagans are sleeping. And then I knew the level.
Oh shoot!
That's when I knew the level
damn, yeah.
of what he was dealing with
Yeah.
at that time in life. You get me? Because you're on top of the game, but there's things that people don't see
Damn.
that's still going on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, wow, cool. And because artists don't turn up and that. Like I was thinking,
Yeah.
boy, man's got to go there 10. For
you
these
don't
time the
show up.
booth's ready now.
Yeah. Also, at this point,
Yeah,
the
'cause
whole
remember
set-
some
yeah, the whole
time
set-
passed.
yeah,
Some
okay,
time
right,
passed.
yeah,
Remember?
yeah,
And then
yeah.
I said I got back in contact with him again, and then the booth was ready. It was active. We was doing things. You get me? And then we made that conversation, and he said, "Yeah, I'll come in the morning. Innit? Like, I'll come on this day in the morning." And I thought, okay. So I got ready, boom, 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 and I thought, you know what? I know what this type of thing's like. You get me? I'm not sure if man's gonna, but he rode on a little pedal bike and he just turned up, and I was like, oh.
Wow. So what track did you record that
we didn't record that day, you know? This is how funny it was. We didn't record. We sat and went through beats for about 2 hours that day, 10 in the morning, boom, boom, boom. And he left and he just said, I'm going to tell my manager about you. Because what I just heard, I'm going to tell my manager about you.
Wow. So what do you think it was that made him...
We just had... It's like I've done a whole catalogue of music without him in my mind, and he's done a whole lot of lyrics without me in mind. But when we went in the studio, it all matched.
Wow.
It all matched.
So your sort of beats you're producing matched the sort of
It just matched. It just matched what was going on, and he everything I was putting up, he had something. Or he started vibing.
His vibes, like, wow, the chemistry was there.
We got this. We got something. We got to work with it. You get me? But it was like, all right, cool. I got to be somewhere, but boom, I'm gonna check my manager. I'm let him know what you're on, and we're gonna get around to this.
Nice.